Well, greetings, interwebs, kindred spirits. Hey, salutations. Welcome to our TrickSupply live from Las Vegas. Get our little music off, trying to do things a little fancy today. Also fancy, look what I'm doing. We're going to get this party started with an escape. I decided it would be super interesting if before I was able to do any magic, I could make a Houdini-like escape from some. These are the in and out shackles. Pretty formidable restraint. These aren't the locks they came with. These are Siberian chain locks, but if I can manage to make this happen. My best time is 16 minutes, so I'm hoping I can improve that today for you. Hey, we got there. That is your initial demonstration from our live stream in Las Vegas. The in and out shackles. And I was enamored by these things as I was putting together our escape rack here in the shop. Y'all know I've been working on getting all the sections set up. This week it was paddles. We did some paddle tricks. And we've got the escape section going, and also worked on some books, and also the juggling section a little bit more. And I see no reason to dilly-dally with these subjects. Let's get started with our topics at hand. And the first one is indeed the escape selection that we offer. This is a version of the classic chain escape. And this is a good value option here, the Empire chain escapes. As opposed to having the heavy-duty wrist shackles, they offer the coiled chain, which is the version that I used when I was a young man. And if you want a fun bit of escape ism, you could even do some good like comedy routines with this kind of prop. That's an easy $25. I think these maybe less than $40. Escape shackles. I'll tell you what you can do here. If you want, you just go over to TrickSupply.com and you can go to the escape section and just look at all the things. We have some good stuff. And if you come in the store, you'll see a lot of this on display here. And I'll give you a peek at a couple of the items that I put in the counter last week. Note we have all the categories on the side: hypnosis, Joe Porper items. We're going to look at a Joe Porper item today. Johnson products, accessories, flowers, DVDs. What do you want? We got you. And here's the things that I put in the escape section this week. Let's start what I think is the best. This is how you learn stuff right here. You get some tomes, some of the wizard's manuals. Here we have the modern secrets for handcuff escapes. You're going to want that if you go getting into like a pair of regulation handcuffs, or even the thumb cuffs, which I think thumb cuffs actually offer a great opportunity for not just interesting escape, but pocket. You know, you can keep one of these in your pockets and also do some of the good comedy in and out stuff that you can do with like the wrist shackles. This is for entertainment purposes only, but if you're interested in lock picking, you know, maybe you could start a new career if the magic isn't going too well for you. I'm not saying I'm a role model. I'm just saying. I found this fun volume in the warehouse. Carol Baker teaching escapes. We have this DVD on sale for like $7.50. Carol covers all the classics here: the 50-foot rope challenge, the Siberian chain escape, which this is a good one of those. Siberian chain escape. Where are we here? These are the locks that I have on the wrist shackles are the ones that are on this set. It's so interesting you mentioned the juggling book, Gary. I was out with Winston at the Colin Cloud show, and he asked me if there was a juggling book, and I was like, is there? And then, of course there is. I found one in our back. But yeah, these are a few of the books that we have on not just handcuffs and lock picking, but also like rope escapes, DVDs. Come in the store today. I'll send you home with it now. Shop on the internet. You'll get it in like, I don't know, maybe a week. Takes time to ship things, you know. So there's our escape selection. And also, yesterday I was having fun putting these up. Say hello to our little friends. There's Mr. Happy. Mr. Happy needs a name. That's the 45-inch clown silk from Dwayne Laughlin, I think. And then some of these up top, we got the end silk. That's a great finish for a show. The full house silk, I think, from Rice King. It's a Benjamin Franklin Hundo handkerchief. I just started putting those up today, so that is all subject to change. But man, do we have some silks. And if there's anything in particular you need, like 6-inch, 9-inch, 12-inch, 18, 32, 24, we have all of the sizes. You're not wrong. The clown is a bit creepy. Maybe that's the reason to get it, though. You can just have creepy stuff. What's up, Matthew? Thanks for joining us from sunny Florida. Greetings. Oh, if you're not aware, hey, we're doing a giveaway today. Should mention Racherbaumer's lecture notes #1 going out to one lucky live viewer from this stream. We're also looking to give away a set of these on our other social medias, TikTok and Instagram. It's at TrickSupply. It's pretty easy, one word, TrickSupply. Go follow us there. Go leave a comment on the picture that has these notes. I was going to do this drawing today, but I think we can maybe get a few more kitties in the litter. It's like only a couple people have commented, and grease the wheel, y'all, and I'll give you some more notes. But today a live viewer is going to get one of these. My next live stream will do the other social media. Let's see, what's the word to comment today? I think we'll just keep it simple. Let me get over here to the giveaway tool. We'll get this party started, and we'll make it Notes 1. Notes, and the letter 1 is your... Here, let's put this on. That's what we're looking for. Notes 1. If you type that in about 15-ish minutes, someone like Adonis, who won last week's giveaway. If you haven't got your copy yet, it should be on the way to you soon. And double thanks for making an order, Adonis. Greatly appreciate that. Here they come. Look at all the kindreds there dropping in. Oh, Phoenix McDonald's in the house today. What's up, Phoenix? Scott, positive energy always. Evil genius Ron Walkner's in the house. How y'all doing over there? Tim Askin, what's up, Tim? Poppy, Matthew Williams. Good luck, everyone. I'm going to give a few more people a chance to get in here, and we'll do the drawing. We'll do the drawing shortly. I did promise card tricks if I escaped from the shackles. Let's get the card trick cam going here. And I got a Vegas story here. Look what I got here. Some David Blaine Black Lions. Ooh, fancy David Blaine cards. Now, I could have got these a lot of places, and we have about 300, 400 decks here I could have got here. Guess where I found these? The Las Vegas Goodwill for 69 cents. I'm in there picking up some of the, necessary things to have a life before I go pick up the rest of my furniture and belongings from New Orleans. Happening this week. We're driving it back to Las Vegas. And I'm looking around the Goodwill, and these things caught my eye. David Blaine Black Lions. Yes, indeed. You'd be happy to pay, $15 or $20 for a deck like this. And 69 cents. All you need now is... I guess a residency in Las Vegas. Yeah, show some love. You could like the video. You could share the stream. If you haven't subscribed yet, Gary's got the right idea. Share the love just a little bit. All right, this is going to be a warm-up trick using the 4 aces. And this is a classic variation. After I do this one, we're going to kind of ramp things up a little bit. But I thought it might be fun to do a routine from the lecture notes 1. And the one you're going to see here is one I saw Jon Racherbaumer do. Boy, if I had 10 more minutes, I would have done the counting on triumph. But we're going to look at fisting the aces. You've heard of twisting the aces. Well, this one fists it. I know it might be a little bit much. Twisting the aces is turning the aces over magically. So not just taking the ace out and turning it over, but doing it as though it were a magic effect. For example, if I give it this twist, that's the Vernon method for twisting the aces. And there it is. See, one of the aces, the ace of diamonds, has turned face up. Every time I do this twist like this, One will turn face down, one will turn face up. So now the ace of diamonds is turned over, and in its place, the ace of hearts. Moving on to the third one is where we fisted, and that looks something like that. That's the fist, and that's ace number 3, the ace of, what was that, clubs? Ace of clubs. All that leaves is the ace of spades. We'll go back to traditional. That's 1, 2, 3. That's the ace of spades, and that is fisting. Whoo! Fisting the aces. And full disclosure here, twisting the aces, not my favorite plot. But if you like that plot, come on now. That's a heck of a version of it. Twisting the aces. That's one of over a dozen routines in these lecture notes that are kind of like a book more than notes. But yeah, all right. We got the twist warmed up. We've got the Elmsley count happening. The flexible count, as Racherbaumer calls it, is in use. We're ready to dim an official trick. This is one I grabbed out of the bins. We have like 400 bins full of inventory in the back. And occasionally I go digging to find some things. This is a precursor to kind of one of the more popular tricks of the 20th century. It's also a good use for your jokers. I know a lot of people throw away their jokers. If you keep them, you can do interesting tricks like this. And I have 5 of them. Let's see if I can get this visible for you. 5 of them that will play a game for you. We're going to play Follow the Leader. So this joker here will be the leader joker, and then the other 3 will follow him one at a time. It's kind of like twisting the aces, but this one just works by influence. And you'll see one of the jokers has turned face down. Let's see if I give this another spin, and a second and a third joker have turned face down. Let me give it another spin, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4 jokers from face up to face down following the leader, which is actually the easy part of the trick, getting the cards to turn over. The hard part of the trick is getting them to turn completely from jokers into the king of diamonds, the ace of diamonds, that's the jack, that's the queen of diamonds, that's the 10 of diamonds, that's a royal flush in diamonds. And hey, that's why you don't play cards with magicians. And that was 90% of the wild flush. You can see the extra 10% if you get a packet trick for your own. And you could expect to spend $20 on a packet trick in a modern age, but you can get a trick like this in a fine vinyl packet wallet. It's only $8. $8. It's like old school magic prices here at TrickSupply.com. As I talk about these things and the prices, I will note that everything I'm talking about today has been linked in the description of the video. So if I'm showing anything that interests you, you can just go look in the description and click to get to the products, and that would be fun too. You know, buy a little something, let the boss know the work I'm doing makes a difference in the world. Yeah, right. It's called the Wild Flush. Yeah, see how it's titles. As I go through these things and talk about, you know, what we offer at TrickSupply, I'd love to talk about what you would like to talk about. And if you have any questions about the store, my life, the inventory, magic in general, I'm watching the chat and you can hit me up here. Now, Stefan is never invited to our packet trick parties. That's okay. There's enough. Jackson is though. Hey, Jackson, thanks for showing up. Maybe every week we have a packet trick party here. I could do that. All right, so we've mentioned the Racherbaumer book. I always want to focus on books, and this week I was going to focus on Tamari, Juan Tamariz. Look, I got all of the Tamariz titles here, the Magic Way, the 5 points in magic. Do you know the 5 points in magic? This is slim, but important. There's a lot of Tamariz books I could talk about and reference. This is the one that I've enjoyed more than any other. This is Juan's Sonata. And as I pulled this off the shelf to promote it, I was a little surprised that Sonata has extra material now. So there's an extra manuscript inside this volume. I could talk a lot about it. We could also go just listen to someone else talk about it. So let me go over here to our website and we'll take a look at what some of the luminaries have to say about Sonata. And maybe I can quit talking for a minute. Here we go on the TrickSupply website, TrickSupply.com. I think we have a little video down here. You can find videos on all of our products and pages. If they're available, we post them. This has been like a minute hearing about Sonata.
Many years ago, I was dying to get a copy of Sonata, and I couldn't find it anywhere. It took me years until I got a copy, and I was so excited. And I have to confess, I'm as excited about this upcoming version of Sonata because it's already a great book and they made it better. I want my copy.
You're wondering what to do today? Easy. Read Sonata from Juan Tamariz. It's a must-have book. You have studies of many things that you have to work. His study on TPC. Personally, this is my favorite, but there are so many golden nuggets in it that Stephen Minch, 2 thumbs up. And you know what? I'm still wondering about something. Why are you still watching me? You should be buying that book right now.
The good news is that Penguin Magic is releasing a new edition of Sonata. This edition has a cleaned up English translation. It's beautiful. What's in Sonata? Well, it's got a lot of great card magic, moves, tricks, routines, things like the Tamariz perpendicular control. Try saying that 3 times fast. The book is worth it just for 2 classics alone, Neither Blind Nor Silly and Total Coincidence, routines that you've probably seen pros use. They're both modern masterpieces.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. You can go watch that full clip if you see fit to educate yourself further about Sonata. And I will echo the sentiments that Neither Blind Nor Silly is an incredible piece. You know what I didn't hear anyone mention? They did mention the TPC, the Tamariz perpendicular control, which I'm a fan of. I think it's a great substitute for the diagonal palm shift, actually. But inside this book is also Tamariz knife work, and his knife work inspired my routine switchblades. If you've seen that, it came directly from one of the sequences in Juan's Sonata, and man, there's some amazing knife magic in there. So that's our book du jour, but I have a second title. So yeah, Marty, that was The Wild Flush. When was this even released? It did look a lot like Twister. Does this have a copyright on it? I don't think so. But I kind of feel like it's older than Twixter. I'll tell you what it's related to, maybe more than that, is Tan Onosaka's A Bicycle Built for 5, which is another great pack of trick. A little harder to find and definitely more expensive than the Wild Flush. But yeah, that's what I know about that. Now you know it too. So yeah, Sonata, our recommended book du jour, although we're also going to talk about this one. I mentioned earlier I was out seeing the Colin Cloud show. Boy, this is a banger over at the Harrah's Casino. He is the real life Sherlock Holmes. He calls himself the real life Sherlock Holmes. Colin Cloud, mentalism, comedy, mystery, Harrah's Casino, 6 p.m. I really enjoyed this experience. There's some really great elements in the show beyond the magic. The lighting, the sound, the special effects that are in it, and really the opening of this show just completely blew me away. If you are in Las Vegas and you have an interest in mentalism things, let me encourage you to go see Colin Cloud. You won't be sad about that. And I'll double recommend the Ghost Story show with Kent Axtell at the Mandalay Bay in the Prohibition Bar. It's a winner as well. All right, we're recommending books still. And as I was saying, I was out with Winston Pinar. And he said, hey, Doug, is there any books on juggling? And I knew there was. I was thinking, what is the juggling book? And wouldn't you know, I just happened to randomly stumble across this volume. And this is one going back to my era. Let's see when this thing was published. I'm going to guess 88. I'm guessing, though. 500 pages of juggling information. Oh, copyright 1987. Pretty close. It's had several printings from the Jugglebug Corporation. Look at this book, how well illustrated it is, covering all of the topics. Here we're explaining alternating throws, columns and splits, keeping a space. Here's a section on club juggling, club passing, 7 clubs, the too high feed. You want to stand on someone's shoulders and juggle? Here's how you do that. The devil sticks are in here. This thing is so good. Hat juggling. Come on, y'all. This is something, even if you don't want to juggle, if you wear a hat, like these are skill sets that a magician can put to use. The price tag on this is a wafer thin $15. And Marty's telling y'all now it has been the go-to manual. I think it might be harder to find than you might be surprised. And the fact that we have a pretty good quantity of these, plate spinning, ball spinning. And then at the end, I think he goes into some of the ideas on how to do making money with juggling, some of the more professional aspects. This is Dave Finnegan's The Complete Juggler. And if you've been looking for a juggling book, hey, Winston, it's $15 at TrickSupply. Yeah. All right, so what else did I do this week besides escape from things and card magic? And I did paddle tricks. Let's talk about those to wrap up this stream. And yeah, Kelly, it can tell you also how to juggle your love life and your career. And I don't know about your comedy. It might need some work. That's what Phoenix McDonald needs, is another hobby. Juggling was actually in my, let's see if I still got it. Hold on. When I first started street performing, the juggle was in my show. So in our juggling section, I got some dude bay balls, I got some pins, I got some Diablos. These are the small juggling balls. And I'm sitting down. Good thing I stuck with magic. I wonder if I stood up, if I could do it. That's about all we need to see of that. Needs work. I'll crack open the book later and read with that. How much are these things? They need to be priced. I'm guessing for about $23, you get the book and the balls. Practice not included. All right, let's take a look at some of the gyms I was looking at. I was just on the vertical YouTubes. I was on my personal channel. Yeah, this is not. I should have used the scarves. That's what we need, juggling scarves. Thank you, Tim. I need to get some juggling scarves out here. I'm going to write that down. That is the ideal beginner juggling. I did 6 throws. Can you believe it was in my show? But that was 30 years ago. I used to copy Michael Davis's routine. Randall set his bar pretty low for juggling. Let's see if I have these things in my pocket still. I do. So this is a fun set I was experimenting with. This is the Lubor Fiedler flying spot paddles. These are wooden paddles with actually embedded colored discs. They're embedded, so they're textured. You can feel which is where. Like I could feel there's one over here and there's 2 over here. I've also been experimenting with this. The double paddle move. So yeah, there's 2 spots. It is a flying spot trick. Let me get one of the spots to appear. That's one of the spots. Oddly enough, whatever happens here happens here. So now we have a spot on this side and a spot on this side. So now you should be seeing spots before your eyes. So if you're counting, and I am, that's 2 spots on my right and none on your left. Let's see if I can change this situation by getting those 2 spots to jump over to this side. So now there's none on this side and 2 over here. Remember what happens here happens here. So now there's 2 on this side and on this side. And honestly, I'm not even sure how that works. But if you'd like, we can do it backwards. And I do like that. So I can do it this way. 2 from here back to here. Now that's just the ones on this side. So now there's 2 on this side. Then I can make this one vanish. That leaves 1 on this side, 2 on this side. And then you can hand out everything to your audience to be examined because there's no moving parts. These are just finely crafted little tiny wood paddles. They're stained. Where is it focusing on my face? It's focusing on my face. There we go. That's a better look at the Lubor Fiedler flying spots. Again, everything I'm showing today is in the description. You can look for the links below in the description of this video. Now this one, full disclosure, I really haven't given the time it deserves to develop a routine, but wow, I was really enamored by this concept, the Dream Paddle by Jon Kennedy. And I guess there might have been 1 or 2 times that I have heard of the, what's the concept that makes the Dream Paddle work, but I don't recall it ever, certainly not being applied to paddles. So it's 4 different shapes and 4 different colors. Again, we have no moving parts here. So there's a yellow circle, blue square, green triangle, red star. And you have someone pick a number. So they can pick any number 1 through 4, and whatever number they pick, you count to. So say they choose 1, it could be yellow. You could start from either side too. There's no force here. So they pick a number. Let's say they pick yellow, and I'll just pick green here. So we have the yellow circle and the green triangle. Yellow circle, green triangle. I'm going to try to discombobulate that situation by making the circle green and the triangle yellow. So there's the green circle and the yellow triangle. It doesn't have to be the green circle and the yellow triangle. It could also be the red square and the blue star. So it's the red square and the blue star. I can transpose the red and the blue just by giving it a shake like this. Now the square is blue and the star is red. And ultimately with this Dream Paddle, you can get, I think he said, 9 different changes. What it needs is a stronger presentation than just saying, hey, watch these shapes change. And maybe a more studious person or someone, with a little more time than I've had, I just opened this thing to look at it yesterday, will be as enamored by the concept, the attention blindness that makes this paddle work. And that is Jon Kennedy's Dream Paddle. That's a good one, but let me show you the thing that really I was most excited to find in our inventory this week. And this is a trick that I've been looking to get my hands on for a while. Look at this thing. It's the jumping toothpick. This is a wonderful presentation from Joe Porper, and I've seen this thing advertised through the years. I don't know if they're commonly available these days, but I know we have a few of them in the back, and this version offers some advantages that others do not. I don't know if you can see the hole that's going through this paddle. There's a few holes in it. You can start this a couple different ways, but I'm just going to start with this toothpick going right through the paddle. Through the white, you can see it's going through the white circle. So that's the toothpick going through the white circle. We're going to get a 3D penetration here. Watch as that toothpick jumps to the blue circle, actually leaving the white hole, traveling all the way to the blue. An impossible penetration, if you will. I'll do it again, but different. Back in the white. I should mention Joe recommends starting with a fresh toothpick every time and then giving it away at the end of the trick. I guess that's a cool idea. Let me see if I can get the white to jump. Here we go. From here to the red. And now the toothpick is in the red hole. I know, right? It scares me too. And then if you like, you can get it to jump back to the white. And there it is in the white hole. Now, this is a classic effect, the jumping toothpick. What it's been missing is a finish. And what Joe found is this finish. You hand them the paddle. You give them the paddle to look at, and guess what? There is no holes. This is just a solid board, no holes to be found. Everything is examinable, and that is the Joe Porper jumping toothpick. Marty says, made up for the juggling, but that doesn't say much. It's super clever, and like all Joe Porper machined products, expertly crafted. Joe is really renowned for making some higher end machined metal props. And this one, which resets with the toothpick. This is what resets the device. I think anyone that likes fine crafted magic, or if you're a paddle fan, you'll be happy to have the Joe Porper jumping toothpick in your life. Also, the Lubor Fiedler flying spots, $20. You're going to love having these things in your pocket and playing with them. At least I have in my experience. And either one of those will make anybody a happy camper today. But look, maybe you don't have money. Maybe you don't have the money. Well, guess what? You don't have to always buy stuff. Today we are giving away things, and in just a minute we're going to give away these Jon Racherbaumer notes. Let's give everyone one more chance to drop a comment, and if you want to just type in the word notes 1, that would be awesome. Look who's here from the Winter Carnival. I hope everyone at the Winter Carnival will stop by the TrickSupply booth. This convention is going on in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Little magic hoot nanny they throw down. This is the 50th year, and Wolfgang Wallet, our proprietor, my boss, he's up there doing the hard work, pitching at the table and, trying to make people happy in Pigeon Forge with our wares. There we go. This guy's getting the votes in. That's how you do it. Dropping it in. Boy, we'll do this drawing. I had one more prop I wanted to showcase. I was going to put the money silk in there. I guess I could have put Captain Happy in there. Let's see what I put in here. Maybe I'll take a look real quick. This is out of my wheelhouse. I've mentioned this before, but as I come to work for TrickSupply, I'm learning some of the props that are things that I don't normally handle. I'm a sleight of hand guy, cards, coins, rope, cups and balls. That's my kind of thing. You put these crazy wooden boxes with magical powers in my hand, and I'm not always sure on how to handle these things, but I've been experimenting with this one. This is a TrickSupply release. This is our Silk Wonder Box, and it can be used for a few things, but in general, you're going to use a box like this to produce, silk handkerchiefs, or maybe like sponge balls, or you could do both, actually. You could do a transformation, and if you'd want, I think you could also do a vanish. So you could put this thing in here, like say you're doing something like 20th century handkerchiefs, and you needed one of the two to vanish. Let's see how that might work. Hoodoo voodoo, chicken doo-doo. If you say it just right, that silk will vanish completely. And that is the TrickSupply Silk Wonder Box. It's one of our original products that we have crafted to our specifications. You get a prop like this for less than $40. And again, all of these things are linked in the description below. Phoenix is suggesting we just scare the audience with the clown silk. That silk production box, maybe that was an 18-inch silk. You might get a 24-incher in there. Captain Howdy over here is about that's a 45-incher. So it may be a little bit bigger than what you'd want to put in there. It is a lovely piece. We make a few handcrafted items here with wood. The block penetration, you'll be seeing me do that soon. We have an ABC block escape that's really nice, crafted in miniature. That's a good item. Several things with the TrickSupply branding that we have produced overseas in wood, and you'll be seeing more of those as the time goes on. All right, I think it's time to give away some Racherbaumer lecture notes. I will also be including my lecture package for anyone who doesn't have it. That includes a couple of my older notes as well as my new Advice from a Con Man PDF giveaway, and we'll get those to you in your email. The Racherbaumer notes will come snail mail. Let's pick a winner, and it's 3, 2, 1 for that. Let's go. Good luck, everyone. And 3, 2, 1. Jackson Blalock. Jackson Blalock. All right, your task now, if you choose to accept it, will be to send an email. sales@TrickSupply.com. Let me see. We almost had everything ready. There's one. You're going to want to send an email, sales@TrickSupply.com. Let me know your YouTube username, and we will need a shipping address to get these to you. And congratulations, Jackson, on winning these Jon Racherbaumer notes #1. This brings my official presentation to an end, but as always, I am happy to discuss anything that you would like to talk about. If you have a question, I'm looking at the chat now. Maybe you want to know how the new Murphy sponge balls are. I'll look at the chat for a minute. We can see if anyone has questions about anything that's not sponge ball related. So these are the 2-inch Murphy sponge balls. These are very comparable to the Goshman Super Softs, maybe a little bit firmer than those, but not much. I really feel like these, I would say, are the perfect sponge ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I also wanted to mention to anyone interested in spongy things that when I was finding things in the back, I also found a pretty good quantity of these. The Goshman 1.5-inch Super Softs, which are near impossible to find. Like you go hunting around, this is a hard thing to find. That's the spirit. You're quite welcome, Jackson. You're quite welcome. And that's what we like to see. Everyone happy for them. So look, I want to talk about the 3D sponges as well. All right, let's talk first of all about Murphy's has some out. They're $36. I haven't seen them yet. I think the price point is a little bit high, but would love to get my hands on some, and I'll work on doing that for interested parties. We, Trick Supply, us, this company, we're producing our own sponge rabbits at a lower price point. You'll get more things. You're going to get 5 babies, a few adults, and a big jumbo sponge as well for $25. Those should be in hand like within the month here at Trick Supply. I'll tell you, not a bad one is this set right here. If you're looking for something that will get you doing the rabbits quickly and cheaply, this is Rabbits Everywhere by Goshman. This is kind of a Bugs Bunny style rabbit. This is the size. I think you get like, this is the baby style that comes with them. And yeah, for $3.95, if you want to put rabbits in your life, this is a good option for not really a 3D rabbit, but something that's not, not too far off the beaten path. But also, you could just wait for our fancy 3D sponges. They'll be in the store soon, and hopefully that'll make everyone happy who's been looking forward to putting sponge rabbits back in their life. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Yes, we always need to be polishing our presentations. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on this set, with the jumbo, the babies, and the mom and dad. Stay tuned. Maybe the next time you'll see me, I'll have those. Let's talk about the next time you'll see me. So next Wednesday, I'm jumping on an airplane, flying back to New Orleans. Next Sunday, I'll jump in a car and drive back to Las Vegas. That'll put me here probably Thursday. Will I be here live Friday? We don't know. It depends on how the trip, across the country goes. I love this space. I'm happy to be in it all I can. And I'm looking as forward as I can be to, sharing time with you guys every time I get the chance. but it might be 2 weeks before I'm back live here. And when I am back live here, the shop will be open. We'll have regular shop hours coming at the end of March, 11 to 7, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So when you are in Las Vegas, come see me at TrickSupply. I'll put a smile on your face, send you home with a bag of magic. Till then, shop at TrickSupply.com. And if I can be of assistance, this email is the one I look at daily. So drop me a question. I'll help you if I can. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now. That is going to be the end. And thanks y'all for tuning in to another TrickSupply Live. We'll see y'all in a couple weeks.